Hey guys, Adam here with an informal kind of update. A little story to tell you about something which I think is going to illustrate a really, really good point for everybody in the group here. And kind of lesson one of the value agenda that I promised a few of you. So in terms of our largest strategy, if you're listening to this is what we recommend for everyone in health. This is your lesson one, if you like, or a brief version of it. I went to the doctor last week, and my brother also went to his doctor. We both are in similar circumstances. We're both similar age, a couple of years apart. Both got 3 young kids, both got big properties, and we both have businesses. So we both went with the similar complaint of being, just a bit exhausted really from the whole, managing the whole thing. Not unusual, pretty garden variety stuff, but he went to his doctor and in a 5-minute consult, the doctor Googled his symptoms in front of him. And in that 5 minutes, Googled his symptoms unashamedly and turned around and said, there's nothing wrong with you, there's nothing you can do. You're just getting old. He's 42, for God's sake. And you're getting old and have a rest. So, to say his consult was useless would be putting it mildly. And he walked away not only pissed off and disappointed, but also without any kind of solution, without any kind of resolution, feeling really pissed off, annoyed. And that practice, let's be fair, they swiped the Medicare card, didn't cost him anything out of pocket. And that practice will never see him again. And he slagged them off in a small town ever since, right, out of annoyance and frustration. In contrast, I went to a doctor who has more of an integrative approach, and happens to be a client of mine as well. But by contrast, I went with the same symptoms, same complaint, and my experience was the doctor sat and asked me a bunch of questions. She gave me a questionnaire about my lifestyle and about my symptoms and how I'm feeling, and she recommended a whole bunch of things. She gave me a herbal formula off her shelf, which has been really good for me since. And she also suggested strongly that I need some R&R time and take that time right now to do that. And she rang up the local massage clinic in our consult and booked me in on the spot. And to say I felt overwhelmed with gratitude was would be understating it. I actually walked away genuinely feeling quite teary. I just felt so nurtured. I felt so, not only that she'd given me a pathway to get better, but also just the care and concern she showed for me was just beautiful. And that's how she operates on a regular basis. It was just marvelous. And I know that a lot of you guys do similar stuff for your clients, your own version of that. So the point of this story is that all doctors are not created equal, all practitioners are not created equal, all consults are not created equal. And the interesting part of that is, until recently, the doctor I went to was charging the same Medicare item number, the same, free to the patient, swipe your card and see you later, free medical service as my brother's doctor. In other words, 2 completely different experiences, same cost to the patient. Now, my doctor has since changed that and she's now charging appropriately. Part of the process we've been working on. But if you're charging according to external measures, such as Medicare, such as what other people are charging in the industry, those kind of measures, if that's your measure for what you charge and you offer something different, then rethink the story. What your fee should be based on the value you offer your client and the value they get out of interacting with you, not what everyone else is doing. So in doing that, there's a bit around that in terms of getting your fee right and charging properly and so on. It's a big topic. But if you're not charging what you should be charging and your fee doesn't reflect your true value, and that's probably a better way to put it, then it's time to start rethinking that. And we've got a bunch of formulas to work on, and there's some processes, and there's a fair bit of mindset work to do around that. But the first thing is to start asking that question and exploring it. So if you want further ideas and thoughts around that, please post on this Facebook group below. And I'll be back at some point in the next few days with kind of lesson 2 around this topic in the value agenda. Hope that's been helpful, and if you are one of those fantastic practitioners who's doing a great job for people, like this beautiful doctor I went and saw, then just remember you're doing a great job for people, and we appreciate you. We really do. I'm saying that on behalf of the Australian public. We love what you're doing, and thank you, and keep it up. And just remember to honour yourself and value yourself in that process, because you're worth it. Okay guys, more from me soon. Love to hear your thoughts and comments.